Hello students, today you are going to read the poem Childhood composed by Marcus Netton. Before this, I want to say something to you. If you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it. Press the bell icon so that you can get the current notifications. Now, let us talk about the poet. As you see, Marcus Netton is the poet who has composed this poem. We don't have much details about his life and death, but while you will read his poem Childhood, you will get his quality of writing the poetry. Now, let us come to the poem. First of all, I want to ask you one question. Can you remember when did you lose your childhood? Exactly, no one can remember because no one can remember the exact time, exact date, and exact year of losing one's childhood. Here, the poet also asked this question to himself, that when did he lose his childhood? Childhood is actually a stage of innocence in which the child believes others. He loves everyone unconditionally. The poet has tried to identify some stages in the poem. The poem describes the first step to maturity or the loss of childhood. Childhood is like the spring of life. As you know that when spring season comes, new flowers, new leaves, they bloom. In the same way, childhood is also like the spring of our life. Now, the poet is much conscious about to know that when did he lose his childhood. Now, let us come to the explanation part of the poem. You can see the poem is divided into 4 stanzas. In 3 stanzas, he asked the question, when did my childhood go? But in any of these stanzas, he didn't get any appropriate answer. He didn't get the exact answer. In the first stanza, he asked the question, when did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? In this stanza, the poet is trying to know about the age when he lost his childhood. He is asking to himself, was it the day I ceased to 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? You will see in this stanza, the poet has developed the rational quality. He has become a rational person. Because up to now, he was told about hell and heaven. He used to believe about these places also. But when he grew up, when he read the geography books, when he saw the maps, he couldn't find these places, hell and heaven, in the geography or in the map. That's why now he raises this question, where are these places? When they are not found in geography books, when they are not found in maps, then where are these places? he has become rational here. He had found India, he has found Pakistan, he has found China, he has found America, he has found Russia. But where are these places, hell and heaven? He couldn't find these places, and that's why he comes to the conclusion and therefore could not be. Because these places are not found in geography, that's why they cannot exist. Now let us come to second stanza. In second stanza also, the poet repeats the same question. When did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all this seems to be? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all this seems to be? What do you think about the adults? Here you will find the hypocrisy of the adults. They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Now, the poet is no more a child. He is grown up now. He can discriminate between right and wrong. He can understand the hypocrisy of the adults. They preach their children about love. They talk of love. They talk about love. They preach of love. But actually, they themselves do not follow the principle of love. What does it mean? It means they are hypocrites. Their speech and their action do not match at all. And that's why the poet asked this question. Was that the day? Was that the day when I realized that adults were hypocrites? Now, he is not satisfied with the answer. He asks the question to himself. He tries to satisfy himself with the answer, but he is not satisfied at all. Again, in the third stanza, he raises this question. When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine? To use whichever way I choose. Now, as the poet has grown up, he has developed individuality. Now his mind is no more controlled by other people's thought. Now he has become free. Now he has become independent. Now he can take his own decisions. To use whichever way I choose, I can do whatever I like. I can choose whatever way, whatever path I want to choose, because now I am independent. My mind is not controlled by anyone, producing thoughts that were not those of people, but my own and mine alone. Now, the thoughts are not controlled by, influenced by other people. Now, his mind is his own, his thoughts are his own. He has become totally independent. Now he no more depend on others for his thinking. Was that the day? Again he asked this question. Was that the day when I developed the individuality? Was that the time when I lost my childhood? Again he is not satisfied with his answer. Now he comes to fourth stanza. When he was not satisfied with this question, when did my childhood go? He changes his question. And now, in place of when did my childhood go, he asks the question, where did my childhood go? Now he actually wants to know the place where the childhood has gone. It went to some forgotten place that is hidden in an infant's face. Now he has found his childhood because that childhood is hidden in some small child's face. When you see the face of a small child, you forget all your tensions, all your worries. When you come tired after a day long to your house, when a small child gives a smile, all your tiredness, all your worries are just vanished. Because the child, a small child, an infant, he is the paragon of innocence. He is not at all cunning. He is away from worldly things. He is just the paragon of innocence. Now, in this way, the poet becomes satisfied and he becomes happy that his childhood can be found in an infant's face. Now, let us come to the figures of speech which are used in the poem. First of all, you will see alliteration. Alliteration, what is alliteration? The use of same letters or sounds at the beginning of the words that are close together. As you see, my mind, whichever way, that they, the time. You will see the letters M, first letter of my and first letter of M, they are matching. They sound the same. Now, second figure of speech which is used in this poem is repetition and refrain. What is repetition? Repetition is actually, it is a group of words or phrases which get repeated throughout the poem to make an idea clearer and memorable. So you will see here, when did my childhood go? This is repeated many times in this poem. So repetition is used. Refrain is also used. There is a very slight difference. Actually, refrain, the line is repeated at the last of the stanza or last of the poem. So here, was that the day? You will find was that the day is repeated in every stanza. In the beginning, the stanza starts, when did my childhood go? And at last, the poet says, was that the day? So here, these are the examples of repetition and refrain. Now, another figure of speech which is used here is antithesis. Antithesis is a poetic device in which two contrasting ideas, opposite ideas, are brought together in a sentence to achieve a contrasting effect. Like you will see here in this poem, hell and heaven, day and night. Hell and heaven, they are totally different words, different ideas they give. Day and night, they are totally contrasted with each other. They are opposite to each other. So the opposite ideas which are brought together so that they can give a contrasting effect, that is known as antithesis. Now after this, we should come to discussion part. What according to poem is involved in the process of growing up? As you have read the poem, you have seen that there was a process of growing up. The process of growing up involves at least 3 stages. 3 steps were there you have found. The first, the child begins to differentiate between truth and fiction. As in the first stanza you have read, he didn't find the hell and heaven. He can discriminate between right and wrong. Truth and fiction he can understand better. The second step is when the poet begins to understand the false presentation of the people or hypocrisy of the people. People talk about love, they preach their children about love, but they themselves do not follow it. So, this is called hypocrisy. And last one is the most important step is the process of growing up is independent thinking. Here you will see in the second last stanza, the poet has developed the quality of independence. He has become independent. Now his thinking is not controlled by anyone. Now second question is, what is the poet's feeling towards childhood? See, here the poet is nostalgic about his childhood. He tries to search his childhood. He seems very worried that where my childhood has gone. When did my childhood go? He is very passionate to know the answer of this question. In 3 stanzas, he tries to give the answer, but he himself is not satisfied. But at last, he becomes satisfied with the answer and he says, yes, childhood can be found in the face of some small child, some infant. Infant means a small baby, a small child who is all away from the worldly things, from cunningness of the world, from the hypocrisy of the world. So according to him, childhood is the best stage of life when a child is away from all the duplicate things like hypocritic things. He is all away from hypocrisy. Next question is, which do you think are the most poetic lines? You have gone through the poem. Can you tell me which lines you have found most poetic ones? Yes, it went to some forgotten place that is hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. These are most poetic lines in the poem. You will find rhyme scheme is also there, place and face they are rhyming. And these lines beautifully sum up the process of growth and disappearance of the some particular stage of the life. So here you will find that these last lines are very poetic. So I think you have understood the poem. If still any confusion is left, you should go through the poem yourself. Try to understand it. If anything is not clear, you can ask your questions in your Google Classroom teaching. Once again, I want to say that if you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it. Press the bell icon so that you can get the current notifications. Thank you, children.